Hello, I'm Victoria Leo. I'm the author of a series, a science fiction series, a seven-book series involving one key protagonist and then a number of other um, standalone-ish books that have different protagonists occur and without her. Um, and but are in the same universe. So let me start out by talking about the universe, right? So this is a future world, a progressive future. Um, Multiple, all the nonsense of the 21st century, what I consider nonsense, race and gender and ethnicity and religion and language, all the differences that loom so large in 2023 are historical oddities. Ho ho, those folks in the past, weren't they silly? And of course, we in the same way that we look back at people in the 19th and the 18th century, and we say to them, how could they not understand that slavery was evil, and beating horses was horrible, and you know um how could people not see that? Well, it's because people live in a culture, and we're living in a culture. There are a lot of things that we consider, normal, that our great grandchildren are going to go, what is the matter with those people? How could they not know? How could they not see this? It's so obvious. So we are in this story, we are 500 years in the future. It doesn't mean that there are no problems. It just means that the obsessions with skin color and sex, gender, and what religion you profess, and using religion as an excuse, the smokescreen behind which you pursue political goals. Um, Thinking specifically of Christianity and Judaism and Islam and Hinduism, the primary smokescreens for today, the things that do not conform to um, what the faith actually says, what God actually said. Um, so it's in that sense, it's a very different world. And of course, I'm projecting where I think the human species will be in half a millennium, on all fronts, not just technology, but also biology and so forth. And it is not a dystopian vision. I just decided a priori that I'm not having a dystopian vision because that's just not what I want. So I want to have hope that our species is going to get to this, what I consider a good place. So, and just if this is relevant to you, the protagonist is a Muslim, from a Muslim and Buddhist family. She's a person of color. She's half Turkish, half Japanese, and um, and she's from a small colony world in a vast interstellar alliance involving multiple species that came together for the greater good, for the mutual defense in a dangerous world, and also mutual support and cultural exchange and eating each other's food and all that kind of good stuff. Um, but that does not mean that there's no conflict and there's no danger and there's no, etc. Lots of that good stuff. And and the protagonist is, this is a character driven series. It's all about the people. There's whiz bang, but I don't go into detail on exactly how it works in the same way that you probably have no idea how this actually works. And you don't need to. You just need to go do, 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 bam, and the text is gone. It's on its way through magic, and that's perfectly fine because the focus of your life is not understanding and creating technology. The focus of your life is doing a job and creating art and raising children and not fighting with your spouse and taking care of your mother. And it's the same thing with this future world.